but I was gonna. Wow, I mean,
What
we can
happened?
still be talking behind the intro screen,
We
but
could.
you
Totally could.
I
Hey,
literally
it's a
like
new
there
day,
was some
baby.
funny
It's a
ass shit that we
new
were
day.
talking about, but of course
New
this man's
day.
just like this man's like button.
Yep. Done. Right there. Done deal.
You ever seen the Button series? Like the thing where it's like two people go on like I guess a blind date. They start talking and click the button if they want to. Jay is like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
It's like the cut video, right?
Yeah.
Yes, dude. So at one point, Laven and I were so addicted to cut videos. Like one came up one day while we were just laying there, and I think it was the I think it was what do they sound like or whatever. It was like guessing like who what job. I don't know. But it got to a point that like it just became a routine thing. Just sometimes at like, 9 p.m. at night, we just turn YouTube on the TV and just leave cut videos on. But the recent one that's circulating again is the Marvel one. Have either of you seen it?
Yeah.
Jake, yeah. She's just like, I just don't really like anime. It's not all anime.
Well, did you see? I don't know if it's from that one, from the cut, but it's from something else so similar. And the girl goes, the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm really big into Marvel," and she goes, "Oh, I love Batman." Yeah, like I do not care how bad you are. Like, done deal. Not happening. That is crazy. My favorite ones though are the exes taking shots and drinking, like, and having conversation back and forth.
That's what we got addicted to watching. It was like
those are so good.
Truth or Drink, and when it would be exes, when it would be like doing it with like my fiance's mom or some shit. Those shits are so fucking funny.
So Jacob, they'll literally take a card and it's like, have you had sex
in my house?
In my house while I was there, and you either take a shot. So like, imagine you face to face with her dad or mom, and that's that. Now Jordan, on the other hand, Jordan's like been there, done that. This is a whole conversation that happened like right there.
That's a lot.
But like, you either take a shot or you answer, and it's just like,
and it's like when you take a shot, when you're like, I'm gonna drink, it's just like, wait, why don't you want to answer then?
Cody Co has like a long-standing relationship with the cut and like just making videos, like laughing at like the most absurd things that they do.
Yeah.
And I think one of them popped up. Maybe it wasn't the cut, but it was very similar to the cut. But it was one that was like, they put one white guy in the midst of 5 or 6 black guys, and they all have to figure out who the white guy is. They're all blindfolded. And like, it was hysterical. They were like the white guy, like at least knew a little bit about black culture to where like one of the guys goes like, what's it mean to put your foot in something? And then the white guy goes, oh, it means your mom cooked it. It means it's real good. And I was just like, ooh, they're getting one guy. My favorite part of the video, we can just move on after this, but my favorite part of the video was like, what was your favorite flavor Kool-Aid growing up? And everybody was like red. And then one guy said grape. And then one guy turns over to him and is like, don't you mean purple?
I
was like, yo, it's true though.
It's just like Gatorade. Who calls Gatorade by the actual flavor, you know?
Yeah. And nowadays they have like 16 different flavors of just red Gatorade. There's like red Gatorade, red Gatorade.
Well, I mean, like they literally have how many different flavors of blue, right? There's the blue, there's one shade lighter, one shade darker, there's the light one, there's extremely dark one.
There's like a bluish purple.
Yeah, like, and it's like, how many different raspberry flavors are you giving me? Because we all know blue technically is raspberry, I guess.
Before we completely move on, I do want to show you all this because I didn't get to show y'all yet. These are the 2.
Those are fire. I did see those.
Oh, that's a fire.
The Best Buy Steel books.
Yeah.
The inside of that one, actually, Tenoch won a NAACP.
Tenoch won an NAACP award, yeah.
Yeah, those are nice. Oh, code for everybody. Everybody get the code.
No. I'm going to input it now so that way nobody can. I actually don't care. If you get the digital, I don't care. You can have the code. Free code in the visual version of the podcast.
Right.
First
We're just
person.
By the
handing out
time
stuff.
y'all are listening to this,
Yeah.
it's gonna be in the past.
Go ahead, try it.
You can try it.
good.
I mean, let's just say something real quick. If Jay Phrygian or Official Megs uses that code, they have Disney Plus. So what are they using that code for?
I'm good. I don't need it.
Literally have no reason
See?
to.
All right. So first person.
Real
to
question
see
though,
it,
has anybody
either in the
rewatched
live
that?
or whatever?
Has anyone rewatched that movie on Disney Plus yet?
I haven't watched it on Disney Plus yet.
No.
Everybody, all the discourse was pissing me off though. I was like, y'all just.
We're talking about Black
there's-
Panther Wakanda Forever, by the way. Whoever's not watching the video.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't really
Visuals.
specify that.
But yeah, like all the discourse was around it, and I saw people bring up the point. Y'all are all making these hot takes about the movie when you literally just experienced it sitting on your couch, probably looking back and forth between your phone and the screen. Like,
Seriously.
People were saying the Okoye fight wasn't even that good. I'm like, that was like the most intense part of the fucking movie.
That was like,
And then they're like, oh, how is he that powerful? Like when she's the one that beat him. And it's just like, she literally roasted his ass and then beat him. Because minus the roasting, she was getting
that ass beat.
Like, yeah,
she that ass
yeah.
beat. Ooh, man.
Anyways,
oh,
hey,
yeah, we
week,
hot off the presses.
another week of Daily Kazoo. Hi, everybody. We're back. Love
That's
everybody.
the official Megs.
Official Megs is here. Actually,
He
real
don't
quick,
even intro
while
himself.
we're here, I'm not. I didn't do anything yet.
Your buttons work.
Got
His
it.
buttons work this week.
So, just so
The
everyone's
last
clear, last week you heard no audios of any of the buttons
There
because
was nothing.
Microsoft did an update all through everything, and just if you had a Stream Deck, it turned everything to default sounds. That's what happened.
I went and listened back because, like, remember he was determined, like, oh, I still hear it, so it'll still be there. I watched the episode back. He just goes, "Hey, everybody," and we were just sitting there,
Just dead silence. And I was just like, whatever.
I had to put it in text. He was like, "Nah, I love you 3000 didn't work."
Yeah, he told me later. I was like, because this is what happens. Microsoft does an update, and then sometimes I'll do the update and just to have it shut off afterwards, and then I'll open it up the next day, and there's another update. And when that happens, it like glitches itself, and all of my audios and stuff get all screwy, and it changes everything from the Go XLR just to regular default audios. So like that's the problem. Why can't y'all just not touch my buttons? Like, don't touch my buttons.
Loosen up my buttons, baby.
Yeah.
Don't you keep running down. Don't ask me.
Anyways, hello everybody. Daily Kazoo. Who are we talking to? You on the Kazoo. Please, 5 stars, comments. Tell us what you love about the show. And if you don't like something about the show, as my favorite people in the world always say on theirs, say it with your chest. And it's the only way we get better, is if we know what you don't like and what you like. So please, by all means, comments, likes, throw it up on Twitter, anywhere there's comments and any of the stuff you're listening. Yeah, just let us know.
Let us know which member you hate the most. And if it's me, you're racist.
I mean, it's valid.
It's Black History Month.
We are pushing along on YouTube, trying to get that sub goal up there, trying to get 1,000 by June. June sounds good. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers by June, and we're trucking along there. So just help it out as much as possible. Make sure you hit that sub button. Tell your friends about us. Tell your friends about us. Tell your side piece about us. Whatever, whoever you want to tell.
What our names were. He's
whatever.
Just like,
I am. I'm getting there. Can I intro the show so people know?
Huh? What?
Jay Phrygian.
I'm King Von Schweetz.
King Von Schweetz.
I just wanted to interrupt him just to give him more time.
Anyways, today's show, banger. Because I think it's the first time in a long time we don't have a lot of Marvel or DC stuff, or like, it's like it's actual like
you're right. It's like
kind of like
range.
movies and like other stuff.
It's full range this week.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Sure.
And speaking of like full range of movies, every week this month, or like in the next couple of months, like for the most of the year, there's at least 4 movies every month. What month are we most excited about? Jay?
I'm most excited for June. June, we have The Flash, Indiana Jones 6, Transformers, Stray, which is the movie that it's got Will Ferrell and Will Forte, and it looks hilarious. And then, best of all, Across the Spider-Verse comes out in June.
So literally in order in June, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Then the second week is Transformers. Then the third week is The Flash. And then to end the month is Indiana Jones.
And Strays is in there somewhere.
And Strays in there. And then so is the same day as Flash is the new Disney Pixar movie, Eternal. Which I'm excited about. What?
That was Elemental.
Elemental, that's it. Elemental.
I was like, what the fuck is Eternal?
I'm thinking Eternals.
Eternals
like
2
the movie.
comes out this year.
Hey, surprise! Y'all hated it before. Here it is again.
No,
Oh man!
But yeah, no, Elementals comes out, which I'm excited about. I think that it looks really good. I'm excited about that movie. So that's a 2 for day.
It's Avatar meets Inside Out, right?
Just minus Pocahontas.
I meant Avatar: The Last Airbender, the good one.
Yeah, that's like.
Yeah,
really
Adam. When we say Avatar, the first thing we think of is the good one. So the blue.
I don't watch Marvel movies,
kid.
so
not the blue skin people.
For me, as Smurfs? I was looking at, I'd rather watch the Smurfs.
Gargamel, what?
For me, as I looked at them, not to steal Jacobs, but once I saw Across the Spider-Verse in June, I was like, June. That's like probably my most highly anticipated.
I'm not gonna lie, you could take off Indiana Jones, Transformers, Strays, and The Flash, and I'd still be like, yeah, June.
It's just one of those things. I will give that May has Guardians 3 and Little Mermaid. However, Across the
you
Spider-Verse,
are not saying May and leaving that movie out.
I've heard that May also has Fast X for Adam's point, but I've heard that in the early screenings of Little Mermaid, it's not good.
I mean, just so that's how any live action all of these remakes are. What's the other remake that they just said? Oh, Lilo and Stitch. There's apparently a possibility of a Lilo and Stitch.
The first person they cast for it, but he's not Stitch, and he's not.
Time out. He's not cast specifically as anyone that's like released.
He's just reportedly.
It's just reportedly because everybody assumes because he should be Pleakley.
Thank you.
That would be a good one.
100%.
But the moment I saw it, I was just like, live action Lilo and Stitch. All right, we'll see how this goes.
Here's what I will tell you, because the person that like owns the rights to Stitch and animated him and created him and stuff like that, he was so worried about what they might do to him. He's on board and he's animating Stitch for the live action.
Okay, well,
so
I feel slightly better. It's very much the same.
A little better, because if you've seen those live action animation things they've done where they've taken like The Simpsons and things like that, and made if they were real, what they would look like. Stitch was one of them. Craziest thing. Looks like a Pokemon on heroin.
No, I think you know how like Pikachu looked in Detective Pikachu? I think that's the same thing we're getting with Stitch. Like it's really just going to be the same animation, but just 3D.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, but yeah, for me, it's probably June. I can tell you what month probably ain't gonna do well.
October?
We'll talk about it later. No, to December. For one movie in particular.
Well, here's the funny part. You bring that up, and there's rumors about some other stuff in December, but I think the other two, Ghostbusters and Wonka help December. And we can say what we want about that other movie. It's still gonna make $1 billion.
Oh, it's gonna do numbers. Yeah. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, what about
month?
you, Adam? Which one?
What month are you? You didn't even give us a month.
I did. I said June.
June.
Yeah,
I feel like June's a safe bet. You know what I mean? It's just like,
oh, I agree,
David
but I don't care about any
I
don't care about any of the rest.
I just know when I'm heading into July, in the past month, I'll be like, damn, at least one of those good movies was good. You know, like even if Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, they call him Tyrone.
God forbid, if Across the Spider-Verse sucks, I can at least lean on 4 other solid movie ideas.
So I like March. I will tell you that, because I have John Wick 4, Creed 3, Scream 6.
That's the other one.
I care less about Dungeons and Dragons, although I do have friends who have seen it already They did say it's really good. They did enjoy a lot of it.
That one
I think it's like
that
actually
they've released so
campy.
far has got me dying, and I
Yeah,
cannot
so
wait.
and Shazam 2 is going to be Shazam 2. Like, let's just
That's
call it.
why I was kind of like meh about March.
So, like,
but
I mean, March should be fun. There should be some decent movies there to sit and watch. And yes, May's big, Guardians 3, Fast X, Little Mermaid, and I don't care what anyone says. I'm first day going to see Little Mermaid. I'm July, all day July, because
July is big.
they clone
Barbie.
Tyrone is not spoken about enough, and that cast is going to be fantastic.
They went like quiet because I remember when you brought it up, and then we were like, "Why haven't we seen anything?"
It was
about
like a
this movie
main
again?
point Netflix made when Netflix has their like once a year big like things coming out.
Yeah,
They're Tadum. They were like, boom, here it is coming out in December, and then it turned into January. Then we got into February, and it's like,
so which one is it?
Where did you go? You didn't clone anything. You just disappeared.
You better call Tyrone.
Oh, yeah, and then call him. But yeah, so I am
trying to kill y'all.
I am very much
July.
glad because also
July is
Twofer, Oppenheimer and Barbie same day.
That is gonna be the funniest fucking thing ever. It's a lot of people like, which one you gonna go see? I'm gonna be honest. I would probably go see Barbie first.
And I'd rather go with the dark and then go like fun.
Just it's
then
just
Mission Impossible, Dark Reckoning. I want to say it is. I can't remember the name of the actual movie. But this is the end. This is the first part. And the second part comes out, I want to say next year. I've heard great things about it so far. There's been a viewing of it, and from what I've read, fantastic. So that
I'm glad you know all the
Insidious,
movies because I don't.
I'm really excited about They Clone Tyrone. I'm just super excited. And then Haunted Mansion kind of in there. We'll see how that goes.
I didn't know there was another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie coming out.
Me neither.
Is it the same like?
This is the Seth Rogen one, or Seth MacFarlane, not Seth MacFarlane. Seth what's his name? Seth Green.
So it's not the same as the last two.
No. There's actually two different Ninja Turtle movies coming out, one this year and then one next year, but they have nothing to do with each other. Yay owning different properties on different things. It's like DC all over again. Wait, there's a Batman coming out, but that's not that Batman. It's a different Batman. But what about the third Batman? Oh, that's something else. That's Elseworld.
We need Batman versus TMNT.
That'd be a whole different. That'd be a whole different property.
Elseworld. That's like somebody else's shit world. Like that's like gone. But yeah, so like I like it, and then like October's interesting because you got Craven and Saw, and then I'm sure we'll get some other Halloween kind of things in there once we get in that area. November's a big one though. You got the new Wish movie, which is the new Princess.
The one I care about.
The Killer, Dune 2. So Zendaya, yay.
Am I an asshole for not seeing Dune?
You've never seen Dune yet?
Nope.
It is so good.
Jordan, I watched like the first 75% of it and I turned it off.
I like it.
It was one of those things where like it was we weren't going to the theater still yet.
Well, this is a remake of the original, and then I don't know if you knew this. Star Wars is a love story to the book Dune.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I think I like the love story to the book Dune more than I like Dune.
I mean, like you want to talk about the funniness of that, right? Like what IP is the most popular, and it's a love story of something else. Like, so yeah,
That's
I mean, every single week is something that's wild, and we're not even talking about like TV shows and like Hulu movies and stuff,
but not AMC.
Well, I've talked about that. You've seen it. But Jordan, gaming.
Yeah, going on to gaming, man. We got a lot. So some new game releases that actually came out this week. One of them being a nice little game called Wild Hearts. This is, I'm not going to be playing this with audio. This is pretty much like a little spiritual successor, I think, to like Monster Hunter, like the Monster Hunter series, Monster Hunter Rise and all that stuff. The release has had some mixed reviews. There's been a lot of performance issues on PC. People with console seem like they're having a good time. The game, it looks like okay right now. When you watch people play it, it look ashy. It look ashy a little bit.
It very much makes me think Ori.
Yeah, exactly. And like what someone said was, I watched someone actually have it on ultra settings and then tack it down to like medium, and nothing changed. So it's got a little bit of mixed reception, but I believe it's available on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. Yeah. So if it's on Xbox Game Pass, you know, if you're on that already because of other games, you don't gotta pay no extra money for it. Another release we had this week was Atomic Heart. And this one's interesting. I'll turn that volume down. This is really interesting because it's like a dystopian society, not dystopian. It's a futuristic society if the USSR like won and was, I guess, and is successful. It's like really campy. It's really silly.
It looks like the one game that everyone just was playing not too long ago with the talking gun.
Yes, it very much is like High Life, but trying to be more serious
and less dildos.
No, actually, as a matter of fact, it's not.
Oh, I'm in.
Because and for those of you listening, you can go over to the video version. We're showing some gameplay, but like the other thing about it is there. Because like you just said, you're like, is there less dildos? There's not actual dildos, but it's like there's like overly sexual robots. It's like y'all can't even do anything together. Like, what are you doing? There's a fridge that I'm not gonna play the audio for that. I'll show y'all that offline.
Brave little toaster, huh?
The upgrade system is a refrigerator that is like on demon time. Jacob, it is so weird. Like you go to it and it like it's like it was just like, bring me the supplies you need and stuff them inside me and I'll give you everything you need. And it says it just like that.
Jacob's like, I know what I'm streaming tomorrow.
No. I didn't realize that it's very similar to
Wolfenstein. Yeah.
But that is thank you for that, Nemo, in the chat. Like, but yeah, it's available on all platforms, but I believe it is also on Game Pass as well. I hope I'm not wrong about that. Atomic Heart, Game Pass. But those are some of the new game releases that like everybody's talking about, especially because of the availability on Game Pass. Yeah, it is on Game Pass. So with that availability, people are really loving that. This one's a great one. So guys, the state of gaming is
dead.
It's in peril. It's dead. Gaming is dead, apparently. This is like the 18th time I've seen Dr. Disrespect talk about the gaming industry. In my 7 years of streaming, I don't think the industry has been worse than it is right now. It is just so uninspiring. Where are the good online games at? Granted, he did say online games this time. I did not peep that in my first read. Because the last time he was like, there's nothing else to play. Warzone sucks, but there's nothing else to play. A lot of people are on his head like, hey, yo, bro, just like play something other than the latest shooter. Tim the Tatman actually said, let's play versus each other in PGA 2K or something. Like, yeah, I don't know.
He will stream like him playing PG, which is fun, by the way.
My whole thing is, I feel like this take always comes from the people who, the moment that they stream something other than the shooter that they normally play, their viewership drops, so they go back to playing their shooter. That's just my personal opinion. I personally think there's too many games to play in 2023. I have like 6 games that I'm behind on. I have legitimately made a video talking about like every game that you could play. If you have the Game Pass, not to give any Game Pass propaganda, but if you have the Game Pass, and not just because if you have an Xbox, if you have a PC, you can pay $10 a month. If you play 2 games that are like AAA titles releasing or even if they're not AAA, but they're still $60, $70, you play 2 of them on the Game Pass every month, and you have like made your money. You make your money by just playing 2 $60 games, because that's $120 for the $120 a year for the Game Pass. So
to like give you an idea right now, this very second, on the purple streaming device, we'll say, because we're on YouTube and YouTube's amazing. On that device, currently right now, what is the biggest streaming game this second? What is being the most streamed right now, do you think?
It's Hogwarts Legacy still?
Nope.
Still COD?
Nope. It's an old one that both of you were like, oh, that makes sense when I say it.
Minecraft?
What?
Fortnite?
No.
Minecraft?
No. League of Legends.
The fuck?
League of Legends currently at this very second has 514,000 people watching it. Next to that is Just Chatting, Valorant, Sports, and Counter-Strike, Suns. Call of Duty only has 92,000 people watching right now. Apex only has 72,000.
And I just think also the BR space is dead. I think BRs blew up thanks to Ninja, and then like now BRs are dead. That's just my personal take on that. But
yeah, because I mean, like if you're looking at actual, like I said, Counter-Strike's the highest when it comes to that, but like Rainbow Six, like Siege is only at 9K viewing right now. A lot of these games are a couple thousand. The big ones, like I said before, are all the way up there. Valorant's gotten a little bit of a push right now because I think they got a new character or a new season. Rocket League actually has more than Call of Duty right now. Fortnite's only at 97 or 79,000 right now. So like,
I'm shocked.
Yeah, seriously. I think, to go back to what he's saying, I kind of agree with the live. Because remember how big, because they Tim and him have brought it up numerous times. Boy, Halo really missed, right?
Dude,
Boy, they
Halo
missed that.
fucking
That
missed.
if they had a BR like that, where it was just open and you could run around and kill each other rather than just death matches, it would have taken over.
The problem with Halo was that, and this is the real, and that's why I think I always disagree with people like Dr. Disrespect and all them. I feel like they talk about the wrong problem. The real problem is finished games are not a thing anymore. It is very much everything is released early access or beta phase, and we're just going to add to it. Because with Halo, it was like you can play the game today, which everyone was hype about, but then it was like co-op story is not coming until a year from now. Yeah. And the BR part isn't coming until XYZ from now. And it's just kind of like, you've lost the steam. You got to be able to keep momentum going. So, but
you notice that happened after they acquired Activision and stuff like that, because they wanted to try to keep up. And then it's just like, one is not the other. And Sony's still sitting here going, that's cute, Microsoft. You ain't getting it.
That whole thing is, I have thoughts on that. Jacob, your thoughts on the gaming industry, with gaming being dead?
I think there is a portion of it where, games are not completely finished. Like with Hogwarts Legacy, as someone who's like beaten it and is going through all the extra stuff, there's really, like, it feels like a complete game to me. Like it's something I would be proud to release as is. But then there have been games in the past like Avengers and even like Marvel's Midnight Suns and
damn, that 90-hour game wasn't finished.
Perfect example. God, I just thought of it. It literally went in and then went out. Go ahead.
Okay.
But just like other, I guess I don't really
it's a brain
care
malfunction
as much as y'all do, because for me, I grew up like not really playing online games as much. And I played mainly story mode games where it's just one person. So Hogwarts is a completely finished game to me, and I enjoy the hell out of it. And it's one player. And God of War 2 Ragnarok, it's completely finished game, and it's one player. And like I think all the games that I'm really enjoying are completed, and they're also one player. I think there are other games out there like I said, Midnight Suns, that are one player that are not finished, and then there's other games out there that are online games that are not being done as well. Like I feel like Overwatch 2 came out, and then it kind of was just like people just don't give a shit about it anymore.
But when they announced that, when they made the first little like cinematic for Overwatch 2 like years ago, it was like, oh, finally. But like then, yeah, it came and went.
I think it's just honestly, I think it's probably just Dr. Disrespect getting a little bit of fatigue, because a lot of games now, a lot of online games now, will just have the one game come out and then they'll continue to update it. Like Fortnite, for example, is one that I've been playing forever. And yeah, some seasons are worse than the last, or some seasons are better. But I mean, that's kind of like the business model that we're going to continue seeing, because Fortnite does so well. Is you get a game and you won't have to buy another game in that, you know, series for the next 10 years, because there's never going to be a Fortnite 2. It's just going to be Fortnite, and then they continue expanding
seasons. Yeah.
But see, and I think that's the problem, because look at Call of Duty. They update Warzone, but release it along a game you have to buy. Like that's like,
you don't have to buy the game. You can just buy Warzone free.
Okay, but
I think the issue is
you have access to weapons that you can't get unless you have the game. Yeah. Anyway,
the issue is that there's too many games trying to do what Fortnite has done, as far as and I'm not trying to just bring up Fortnite, but Fortnite has been probably one of the most profitable games.
It's the only one that's been
successful. It's because of the Battle Pass kind of purchase ideal. And you have games like The Avengers, which came out, and each character had a Battle Pass, and nobody gave a shit. They were just like, this is too much. And then you have other games that don't have battle passes and don't have microtransactions, like Gotham Knights, for instance. Jordan and I still haven't finished Gotham Knights, but
do you really feel like you have
microtransactions in it? But it definitely did not feel like a completely finished game, even up until where we are now.
Yeah.
One thing I will add on top of that, and I know y'all probably didn't see it, but I'm guessing some of our viewers might care about it. Disney Dreamlight Valley got under a bunch of heat this past week because they came out with a new update, and it has Mirabelle from Encanto and Olaf from Frozen, but they opened up their like item store, and everybody knew there was going to be an item shop. Like it's fine, but they put. If you're unfamiliar, Disney Dreamlight Valley is a lot like The Sims, mixed a little bit with like Minecraft and a tiny bit with like Animal Crossing. But the problem that they're having with the item shop is there's 4 different things you can purchase in the item shop every week, which is like kind of like what Fortnite was when it started out.
Yeah.
And the first thing is kind of just a facade for your house in the game, but it costs $20+. And then, so that's like, you know, whatever. If you're going to do that, that's fine. But then they also have the second item in the game is a bundle of a chair, a table, and like a lamp. It's $10. $10 for just decor in your video game house.
House.
I get it. I get like charging for some of these things because they are some of the nicer designs in the game, but nobody is paying more than like $5 for that kind of thing. And their Discord, it's hysterical because they have a channel for people to like talk about that
feedback.
Like, yeah, feedback for the item shop. If anyone comments, they have a 6-hour waiting period before they can comment again, because that's how many people are furious and just blowing up their Discord over this is bullshit. These prices are way too high. Disney's money gouging again. Like, it's insane. So it's to tie it all back. Dr. Disrespect's just going to have to suck it up because games are going to continue to do this because they want money.
So I saw his stream after he said this the other day. He was playing PUBG, and that you want to talk about a game that like started VR, right? Like very much.
That's the
was
real
kinda
one
like
that
the game.
actually started VR.
And he was like, I really enjoy it. Doesn't overwhelm you with things. Like there's no airstrikes or all this other stuff. And it's just simplicity. And that's very much what his game he's making is as well. It's like Call of Duty and PUBG had a baby. And that's kind of what he's doing. So I get him saying it. He's just stirring the fire for his game because it's kind of done. I'm hearing rumors of like next year it'll be out. But the other game I was talking about was No Man's Sky.
That was one where it
No
was
Man's
like
Sky literally was a unfinished, horrible game.
and then 2 years later, people were like, "Love it." Oh, never mind.
5 years later, it finally got finished. I mean,
and like people are like fucking with it too. But the problem is, it's just like you lost the steam of like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
To end it all, my take is let Fortnite be Fortnite. Let Destiny be Destiny, because I know you want to talk about Hogwarts, but I'm gonna flip two things because let Destiny be Destiny, let Fortnite be Fortnite, because things like Gotham Knights, problem is you can tell that it was trying to be like Avengers and Destiny, and then it feels like they switched it up, which is why it feels unfinished. We just had a state of play this week where now the internet is divided on the Suicide Squad game because it is very much looter shooter. Even if you play the single player mode, the game is always online. So it is literally like a Destiny type thing where it's a live service. Another thing someone pointed out is doing it this way, you can tell that they are probably going to lock off part of the story and you have to pay for it later as like an expansion. So I don't know, man. It's just a weird thing to me. But I say let Destiny be Destiny. Let Fortnite be Fortnite. Stop trying to copy them, because they always do it, but then try to do something different to get more money. Like it's almost like they want to catch up to Fortnite financially. So it's like, we're gonna have a battle pass. We're gonna give you a battle pass per character because we got to catch up in like that revenue. I don't know.
Well, Call of Duty did really well with that because
first Warzone, yeah.
Warzone came out at such a perfect time. It was COVID. Here's something, and it just took off.
I think,
continue, sorry.
And this is just kind of moving into what I was going to talk about with Hogwarts. Was Hogwarts is like now WB's like biggest, like best financial game, and it made like I think it's like over $850 million. And I saw like a tweet that put this in kind of introspective of the highest grossing like Harry Potter movie made like 300 mil. And it's just like, it's crazy that, and one, you have to understand like a movie ticket, is anywhere from $5 to $20, but like a video game is $60 to $70 now. So like, obviously Hogwarts is going to cost more per person to play instead of just going to see Harry Potter in movie theaters.
It's more longevity though.
I mean, like, they almost made $1 billion just off of just Hogwarts video
finishing a damn game.
And I'm sure it costs money to make the game and whatever, but
I'm sure
I don't think like I'm literally playing Hogwarts now, and it doesn't have anything in there where you can purchase anything extra on top of it except for one DLC pack, and it's $20.
Yep.
And they don't even push it. Like it's not even like, and it's
like a side quest, isn't it?
No, it's not even a side quest. It's just skins.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It is. The only extra side quest you can get is for PlayStation.
Only.
Like all you have to do is get the game on PlayStation. If you don't get the game on PlayStation, you don't get the side quest. It's not an upcharge. So I'm just saying, like, it's possible to do fucking games where you're making money on it, not having a battle pass, not being, all this other stuff. The problem is if Hogwarts was online, in order to make it more interesting to keep around, like more replay value, they would probably add in a battle pass. And I don't think I would have a problem with that, but I think there's an issue with making a battle pass. Like I would just make one battle pass. I wouldn't make it a seasonal thing. But that's just me.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, it's gaming isn't a funny place. I have a lot of takes and a lot of videos, and I'm working on for that. To move away from the BRs real quick, just the last thing. The best skin came out in Fortnite. The best Marvel skin came out. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. Because listen, this cap skin looks better than the regular cap skin. Like not even on just like because it's Sam Wilson
is the glider's
and he's
wings?
Black Man.
The glider is his wings.
And it comes out of like he puts the shield on his back and then it comes out. You can if you have the shield as your backpack and your pickaxe, he like puts it on and takes it off and like it's visibly off. Like it just is a really well made skin.
My only
like
problem with it is when you're on the ground and you pull your shield off, it doesn't show like your wings, like the backpack that he has his wings in. So I'm because like, I think but you know what? The rest of it is fine because he has his glider with the backpack on and then or with the shield on, and then once you land, you have just the shield, and then you can use the shield as your pickaxe. Like it's great.
So I don't know if I don't know why. Maybe it's because they made the change because they wanted the backpack to be his shield. If you don't have the shield on, the wings come out of the shield. Like if you look at it, it's like the shield comes onto his back and then the wings come out. So that's why he doesn't
almost
have
like his backpack is the pack with the wings in it.
Yeah, that's why, Jacob. If you actually go look at the animation,
so he's throwing around his wings when he throws the shield.
Apparently, yes. Yeah. So
Jacob's like, I'm out. This is not. I
still like the skin a lot. I just was like, why doesn't he have his wings on? Like,
but also because we never do this on Sundays. Tonight, this is gaming and movies.
Yep.
Episode 7
almost
of
done.
The Last of Us. It's almost fucking done.
Isn't it only 8 episodes?
9.
Oh, okay.
Positive.
I'm wrong on that number. Maybe it's not 7, but I'm pretty sure it is.
No, today's 7.
It is 7. It is 7. One question I have, is it actually, are they gonna show it early so it's not on the same day as the finale?
No, they won't care about the Oscars.
No, they avoided the Super Bowl. I don't think they're gonna care about the Oscars.
Yeah, the Super Bowl makes sense.
To be honest, I mean, let's be honest. Nobody really watches the Oscars. They usually just are like, hey, I'm glad that won Best Movie.
I think this year is going to be one of the bigger years, viewing wise, just because
mainly
of certain movies that are in it.
And
yeah, like Everything Everywhere at Once. Angela Bassett. Does Brendan Fraser actually get, or Brendan Fraser, does he get his Oscar?
We'll talk about it in the draft, but I'm going through all the movies that are nominated, and Everything Everywhere All at Once is actually my number 2 for Best Movie.
I'd love to hear about this later.
Can't wait to tell you what number 1 is, but we'll get to it.
What else are you saying, Jacob? I mean, Adam was saying something I can't remember now.
We all don't look alike. So how dare you say 2 guys with beards and glasses look the same? So what was I say? Nothing. I was just saying, like, good thing Mando starts next week. Yay. So we'll have.
Dang, speaking of Pedro Pascal, he's flipping.
That boy literally has 2 shows out at the same time.
Also, it's Warner Disney like competitors too.
Yeah.
It's like HBO. As soon as that finishes, on to my Disney project.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see the clip of Pedro Pascal accidentally saying Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "That's my first time. I gotta go."
Yeah. My favorite thing is his story of how he actually got the role for Last of Us, but doesn't remember getting the role for Last of Us because he took an Ambient. That's one of my favorite stories. That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Hold on, you're gonna have to share that with me later because I didn't know about this, but this clip was funny.
Yeah.
Without anything to green screen, but Baby Yoda is there.
Yes, Baby Yoda.
And
There's 2 different versions of. I can't believe I said Baby Yoda.
You're not supposed to say that.
That's the first time.
Oh.
I gotta go.
He was very much like, we are not allowed to say that. Like, because they were like, the child, and then he's
always been like, its name is Grogu.
Well, that's because
even when back when I was working at Disney, they were like, do not point at things, or when guests are talking about Baby Yoda, do not call it Baby Yoda. And I was like,
because they didn't want that. And here's the thing, people were pissed. A lot of podcasts talked about that. They were like, that's such a missed marketing opportunity. Like, Baby Yoda is the popular thing. It's like, y'all
I
should
think
have
it's
gave it
just
a
because
name.
they don't want to confuse people with like, oh, this is a
The old
prequel
stuff.
to the prequels. This is actually Baby Yoda. It's not Grogu. It's Yoda as a
Also,
child.
it ain't Yoda's baby, so like, don't make him look like an unfit father. So I'm just saying.
I almost made a joke that's not great for this forum because
fuck it, let it rip.
No, if I was on here with more black people, it would be funny, but they would just be like, "You're doing a minstrel show for these white boys, so I'm not gonna do that."
Valid.
It was gonna be an absent father joke. As we
Damn that
move
blue milk.
into, as I'm so done with you. As we move into the more of the entertainment shows and movies, real quick, Jacob, I don't know if you've seen this. Adam, I know you have. Because we mentioned Creed 3 earlier. Michael B. Jordan's been going a little viral lately because of this clip where he got to be interviewed by someone he went to school with. Let it rip.
We got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And, you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name, but yeah, he is obviously.
So yeah,
I didn't miss what she said. What did she say?
Context. They used to go to school together.
Shout out Jersey.
Yeah, and apparently people in class used to call him the corny kid, and she was one of them. And so he was like, yeah, the corny kid, right?
So they made fun of him because his name was Michael Jordan and he was weird. And then the other thing is, Jordan, real quick, can you find an early photo of Michael real quick in his B2K days? So that's what they made fun of him about, was his hair, the fact his name was Michael Jordan and he was corny, he was into nerdy stuff. And like, Michael grew up anime fan.
He's putting a lot of it in Creed right now.
Right. And so like, that's where like the fighting style you'll notice, like video wise, the way they're angling things is he takes it from anime fights. So like, they made fun of him a good bit. And they were like, oh, what are you going to do? All this stuff. Like, this is Michael back in the day right here. And they would make fun of him all the time. Right. And like, oh, you're corny. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, you're not doing anything. First off, let's make this very clear. When you were bullying and your bully is $1 billion, one of the hottest people out there when it comes to movies, and voted sexiest man alive, you say it with your chest again. Hold that same energy when I see you again. Hold the same damn energy when I see you again.
The funnier part was people in the comments were like, it's also the body language for me. Like, he did not like turn and face her. He was just like, yeah, what's up? Cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's cool. You got a cool little microphone. They let anybody up here now, right? Like, damn, look at you.
Just like, if you disrespected him when you were in middle school, high school with him, why are you trying to bring that up as if like, yeah, we go way back? I would not bring that up. I'd be like, oh shit, I hope he does not remember me.
Yeah.
Right.
She's
like proud of it. She's like, yeah, we go way back.
She thought he would save face, I bet. Yeah, I think she thought that he would save face, like, you know, like, oh, you're in front of all the cameras, in front of all these people. That man said, nah, keep that same energy. So that's the energy we moving into onto the entertainment section that I know half of nothing about. Except for the fact that I am seeing the next film we're talking about.
I can't believe this is an actual thing. Cocaine Bear. And first off, Elizabeth Banks is working on sequels for this. There is
apparently
Adderall Alligator and there's something Pug. It was something Pug. And there's going to be a Pug one.
I got you. Hold on. I got you.
There's a Cocaine Shark. They're just Yep, this is
Cocaine Bear,
crystal meth puppies.
Crystal meth puppies, bruh. I just also don't know if you guys saw this clip. But
But you're not gonna have that history up and just escape past that.
I typed in Scott.
You put an S in, and I saw that. Get out.
Let's see. What did it say?
No,
Evan
wait.
Solo.
No. There was something else before. Oh, I can't wait to pull this up later.
Whatever.
We ain't
Anyways.
scrolling by this.
Anyways, this guy was hilarious.
Articles. Here's what you need to know before you see
Have y'all seen him on TikTok?
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear. Nothing. You don't need to read a comic book from 1978. The bear wasn't introduced at the end of the Eternals. If you've ever heard the words cocaine or bear before, you're completely up to speed. Don't come to this movie for a pop quiz, okay? As Nicole Kidman said, we come to Cocaine Bear for magic. And you're not going to see any articles after, like Cocaine Bear ending explained. You're just going to see ones that say, remember the ending of Cocaine Bear? We do too. It fucking ruled. This movie will be conservatively 1 billion times better than Citizen Kane. Conservatively. Here's what you need to know.
Yeah.
But yes, Cocaine Bear sequels. You probably saw SD Trinity, which is my friend.
Yeah.
My ass. Anyways, good.
So Cocaine Bear doing great.
That's what
number one movie right now. Like, happy for it.
We need B tier movies to come back.
Possibly because I know what's his name had died. Ray. His last name's escaping me right now. Anyways,
Ray Liotta?
Ray Liotta died. I just got a star the other day on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This possibly is his last movie. He was working on something in the Dominican Republic where he died, but we don't know if there was enough filmed or what they're doing with it. But right now, last thing he was in, kind of appropriate though, because boy, he screams typical mobster kind of vibes, right? Like, so happy that movie's doing well. So Cocaine Bear, then we've got Wonka reshoots happening this week. So that movie's like basically almost done. I'm guessing it had a viewing somehow, some way.
And speaking of reshoots, DC has shown Aquaman, and apparently they're doing reshoots for Aquaman 2 because it was not good. And apparently, this is one of those things that James Gunn said was going to be potentially a part of the new DC universe. So
I want to make it very clear.
People are like, "Oh, we're just going to refilm
these
this."
Screenings are $3.99. Free. They ask you to come see these screenings. People are walking out of the screenings. It's so bad.
You know what? I'm gonna find him, Bobby, because I know that she said the same thing that I said.
The face. Face.
What the fuck is her? What is her?
Afternoon Delight.
Thank you. I was trying to type in the actual name, like. God damn it. Y'all keep talking about the damn Aquaman 2. Fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, Aquaman 2. One movie that
I did not know people were walking out.
People are walking out of a free showing of a movie that doesn't come out until December.
Well, and see, my whole thing about it is, whether it's good or not aside, the comments that I read about it. Oh, here we go. Yup. The comments that I read about it. Excuse me. Her ad is actually him, Bobby, but with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
But they said Batgirl was, you know what? Never mind. Literally everything that everyone calling it the worst DCEU movie ever. Everything I was reading, people were saying, people are coming out of the screenings and saying that this is not a great theatrical experience. This isn't like big enough, like basically saying the same things they were saying about Batgirl. So when I saw this, I was like, again, I get it, because apparently Gunn and Safran also watched Batgirl and said, hey, it's not fit. However, the fact that they're saying the same thing about this,
there's two problems.
They got to pay back Amber Heard's legal bills. Let me stop.
So there's two problems either way with that movie, with both of them. So they're both bad, right? The only problem is both Flash and Aquaman are probably over 200 million.
Yep.
Easy.
And they've been delayed for so long. They were supposed to be a part of the 2022 lineup.
Characters where Batgirl, we didn't get anything Batgirl technically at all, really. Yeah. Other than
100%.
Silverstone. Like, we haven't gotten anything. So, to just randomly put her in and it'd be okay. I get why.
I totally get it. It's just funny to me because it's like, this is the worst DCU. People were like, you know how hard you got to try to be the worst DCEU movie ever?
And you still got like other ones out. Like, this is worse than Nipple Suit.
Jacob, what more do you have to say on Aquaman 2?
I think most people walked into Aquaman 1 thinking it would be kind of a flop, like thinking it would be like, man, like this is just gonna be okay. And most people walked out of the theater going, damn, that was really good.
I loved Aquaman.
Surprised. And I think that it's just like, what can you do with a sequel to like a movie that was surprising? To me, like you can't do any more world building, so it's not going to be. There's nothing, super special about Atlantis because we've already seen Atlantis. There's not going to be any more villain building because I'm pretty sure the villain is going to be Black Manta again. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, the actual villain for this one is Black Manta.
Yeah, so you already have, I feel like the most emotional side of him was in the first movie when he lost his dad. And I don't know. I just like I personally don't see what there is that you could do to top the first movie, because the first movie was he gets his dope ass comic golden green suit. He gets like literally the entire ocean is fighting against itself. So like,
and
what's
he
Black Manta gonna do for the second one?
My personal favorite part of first Aquaman was like, they made the explanation of his powers that have been like this running joke, like since, that first clip of like Family Guy, where he's just like, I'll get you if you come in this water. Like, because I never really thought Aquaman was like a lame that much. And then that Family Guy thing happened, and it felt like the internet was always making Aquaman the butt of the joke. I felt like it was like, oh, they made Aquaman kind of dope in this movie. Like the explanation for like his powers and stuff, I thought it was great. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's like, how do you really like top that?
They literally put everything into one movie, and then afterwards they went, okay, so what are you doing for the second one? And they went, wait, you want a second one? Oh,
I think like the best way to have done this, since the Flash is coming out first, is they should have had it to where the Flash like kind of still is within Flashpoint by the end of the movie, and Aquaman 2 is where he finally
Themyscira and
Atlantis. It's where you have Themyscira, like Wonder Woman against Aquaman, and you see that kind of whole side of it. That would have been pretty cool payoff to see. And then at the end of the movie, you have Barry go back and fix everything.
You know what? How that could have been so great, and like, I don't want to keep us too up, but this is hilarious. Jason Momoa could have ended up getting his head cut off, like what happened in Flashpoint. Flash fixes it, and then he gets to be Lobo.
Yep.
Hear me out. Aquaman 3.
No.
Aquaman versus Ariel.
I can't stand you. Ariel gonna come with the dingle hopper?
Bro, just telling you, don't play.
Ariel steals
the trident. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
And I didn't put that in here. And speaking of like Little Mermaid, that Ursula laugh at the end of the trailer, spot on.
Excited. I probably won't go to the theater and see it.
Yeah.
Excited. I'm not gonna go watch it, but excited.
No, we probably will. Me and the wife have been just calling on like the grandparents and just being like, hey, we want to go see a movie, and they're just like, cool, we'll come watch the baby. So
this is what Jordan does. He calls and goes, hey, you guys want to come over and like see the grandkid? Oh, cool. Oh, you know what? I left something in the car. Hold on, let me go get it real quick. And they're like, this bitch, and he's like, no, I'm good, bye, and just runs, gone.
Quite literally. Literally. No.
You know where I want to go though? To Derry, Indiana.
Why?
Because we're getting a Pennywise prequel, baby. We're going back to Derry. What?
You're talking to the two people who don't really fuck with
Pennywise story of how it happened. How did this kid become Pennywise? And now we're getting it.
Why do we need an origin story for everything?
You enjoy Toy Story 1?
Yes, I enjoy Toy Story 1. Watch
You
them
enjoy
all.
Toy Story 2?
Yes. And you ready for this one? I will be first in line at Toy Story 5.
I fucking can't
Damn.
stand
Don't
you.
even give a shit what it is. Apparently, it's Buzz needs to find Woody again, which is counterproductive, but whatever.
Yo, that is legit
I think it's
counterproductive
gonna be
too.
Andy sees them move or something.
Apparently, the rumor is something happens to the toys. Buzz doesn't know what to do because that makes sense because Buzz never can do anything, or like just like had his own movie, and we still need Woody.
Not had his own movie. That is really funny to just be like, apparently the rumor is he needs to find Woody, which is counterproductive. It's like completely negate. See, that's a true negation, right? Like we have the whole thing of like Hugh Jackman coming in Deadpool 3 negates Logan, but it's like, oh no, because it's just like alternate timeline. If it's legitimately like the whole point of Toy Story 4 was Woody's ending, and then Toy Story 5 is we got to go back and find Woody. It's just like,
I bet you double or nothing. It was a slated Pixar Toy Story project, and it was supposed to be a standalone, like they did. So my theory was always that that the Buzz Lightyear movie ends, right?
Mm.
And at the end of it, in like a post credit, Andy's sitting there with the toys, just like the photo that they were giving out. And then after that is don't forget next year. And then it does the Woody's Roundup and like does the thing. And then we were going to get a Woody's show of like what Andy watched, just like we were watching what he watched for Buzz. I thought that'd be interesting. But I bet you, and it was going to be a standalone Woody thing. And they were like, yeah, these standalones aren't doing well. Buzz just completely crashed. Make another Toy Story movie. And they were like,
put a Toy Story on it.
Yeah. And they were just like, we ended that. They're like, it's fictional. Bring it back.
Bring it back. So to Pennywise, because I just realized we got all the way to Toy Story from Pennywise. Yeah. You're talking to the person who has a wife who doesn't like scary things, so I don't ever watch horror stuff. So
I watched both of the It movies, but I feel like it was good where it ended. I don't want to find out anything more about Pennywise. I think that kind of like is a good thing about most horror movies is you really don't ever know what's driving them to be a serial killer.
What are you talking about?
Pennywise,
the prequel for Elm Street was great.
And with Pennywise, like Elm Street,
Shut
Pennywise
up.
is like a mythical being. It's not just like some serial killer like in Scream. Like it's just he's like an entity. So I personally don't want any more knowledge of like what gets him off and like why he's choosing to go kill people.
What gets him off?
Whatever, you know what I mean. You know, like what gets him like ticked off. What's this Dead City Herschel thing?
So Dead City is a new project that The Walking Dead is doing, and there are two parts to this show. And one is Maggie. One is Maggie's thing, and one is Negan's thing. Maggie's is Herschel's kidnapped, and she needs to find him. That's what it is.
Herschel's still alive?
This is prequel stuff.
I was gonna say I watched it till Herschel died, so I know it cannot be.
And then the other one is Negan. And Negan's wanted, and this is like old Negan, so like before Lucille kind of stuff, and how we get to Lucille Negan, or like how he goes super dick. So interesting. Sure.
The Walking Dead kind of killing me, bruh. I just is
you ever seen that photo of a cow that's like just ribs, and it's like, how much more milk you getting out of that?
Yeah. Just let that herd go. They milking it till the cows come home. Listen, The Last of Us has already taken over as the new zombie show. Let it go.
100%. Did you see last week that when they're going over, we're all up to date, right?
We all up to date? Yeah.
We're up to date.
Yeah.
When they're doing the snow shot of the bridge and going over, it shows the audio,
the cameraman,
the camera audio guys right there. In it. Yeah.
It's very much gonna be the Game of Thrones Starbucks cup all over again.
And then
Then I have to go back and edit that out.
speaking of The Walking Dead,
The Walking Dead. Oh, let's get into
Steven
this because
Yen
let's talk about
joins the Thunderbolts, which is funny because our boy Steven's already superhero. He voices Invincible himself on the amazing Prime show Invincible, which is coming back out this year, which I cannot wait. Which is also funny because we should be getting a Negan versus Glenn again in that one. But yeah, Thunderbolts.
How are we getting a Negan versus Glenn?
What's his name? Who plays Negan is going to be the villain this year in Invincible.
Oh, that's lit. That's funny. Yeah, what I think about this, Jacob, you'll find this funny because like often we talk about how the script flips so much. So many people were like, I'm not messing with the Thunderbolts. And I get it, because then they got rid of Ghost, and it is true. The cast, the cast, the lineup is very much white.
Wait, they got rid of Ghost.
The chick from Ant-Man 2, she was apparently supposed to be in the Thunderbolts lineup. It's rumored that she is not going to be included in the movie anymore.
Oh.
Which Jacob and I both see now. He's learning this, but I read this a while ago now, and both of us now the same mindset of, well, what point was she then?
Yeah, right. Like
it made sense. Every single one of them was just like they were used by their government. Like that was their.
Well, no, but his point is like, if they get rid of her, then what was the point of her in Ant-Man 2? Like if she's just not there, when will we ever see her again? You know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, at the end of Ant-Man 2, whenever Scott goes to the quantum realm and is stuck there for Endgame, they say it's like to get basically like quantum energy for her.
True. It never was explained what happened to her for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, like they should have in Quantumania, if they were going to do anything with her and not have her in Thunderbolts, they should have been a post-Predator. She died because we didn't get the medicine to her.
Yeah.
Right. Because otherwise, yeah. So the funny thing about this announcement is that a lot of people were very much, I'm not seeing Thunderbolts. I'm not seeing Thunderbolts. And then this got announced. People were like, I will be sad for him and him alone. So just funny to me how people change. I mean, and you can always change your opinion. It's fine. But it's just like, it's just always funny to me because this is why I just don't say super strong opinions until I know more information. We don't even have like a synopsis reel. We have nothing but a synopsis of Thunderbolts. Like for me, seeing is believing. I will not pass judgments until I see a trailer. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, Steven Yeun getting his back. People were like, I can't believe we let him get locked in with the MCU or stolen by the MCU. And it's the same thing as Jonathan Majors. It's like, he's had projects coming out, like other than Marvel. Like, he's fine. Let him get his bag.
Did you see the dumbest thing that was reported, I think last night?
No, what was it?
Kang will return in Kang Dynasty.
Didn't they say?
My thing is like people are like the writer for Kang Dynasty. Like one of the writers was saying like somebody asked him like, who are you most excited to see like fight Kang, or like who are you most excited to see in Kang Dynasty? And he's like, I think they said, I'm really excited to see Shang-Chi like fight Kang. And people were going crazy on the internet going like, Shang-Chi's in Kang Dynasty. And I was like, bitch, everybody's
in my God.
Dynasty. I was like, everybody. It's literally your endgame. Calm the fuck down.
People are so dumb, bro. But speaking of Ant-Man, we got like 10 minutes, maybe 5 to talk about this, but Ant-Man has divided the internet. And the more I sit with it, the more I'm able to kind of critique it. Like there are some things where I'm like, okay. But people were arguing over the dumbest things. Why does it look like Spy Kids 3D Game Over? Because the quantum realm isn't real. They need to put it all on a green screen. Well, I will say it is fair to say they also could have built some sets and then animated over them so that every scene didn't look like it was
Guardians
on a green screen.
has Among Us. Like, I mean, move on. Like, ain't no way to say shit about that.
Guardians does have Among Us. How did you both feel about the movie? We've all been able to sit on it for like a week or two.
I liked it a lot.
like it.
Enjoyed it. It was it was very much like it was in the same vein, I will say, as Thor: Love and Thunder, where like to me, it wasn't anything more than what they painted it, as far as what people are critiquing, like the comedy, some of the writing. I was like, that's how they presented it. Now will I say the whole there were some things about the ending I was like, like it could have been a little more open-ended to me. But again, what someone who didn't like it pointed out that they rewatched and like now, the Kang in that movie is still not the conqueror Kang we saw at the end of Loki. And I think that's the problem. People saw the end of Loki and they think that that's the same one, and they're like, oh, how does the hero win in this movie? And it's just like, a hero lost movie could have been cool, but
I don't know. I think that Kang could be the Kang that we saw at the end of Loki.
I actually agree. I know that I said it isn't, but Adam and I talked about this. It's like all of this stuff is happening outside of time, so like we don't know when Loki is.
Is Loki season 2 before Loki season 1?
Plus, I think they would be terribly remiss. First off, I would just want to say, I think this is in my top 15 like MCU projects. And I know that that's like a hot take amongst the internet, but like out of I believe we're at 30 projects now.
32.
32. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. I just think I liked it. I like left the theater going, damn, I cannot wait to see more Kang. And I think going off of like the post-credit scene, I think like that Kang that we saw in this movie is the Kang that's going to kill the Council of Kangs, like everybody that you saw at the end of the end post credits. He's just going to kill them all. And I think what I was going to say is I think they would be remiss to not have this Kang be the Kang in Kang Dynasty, because he set up such a good
motivation
revenge arc with pretty much everybody except for Hank. Like he set up a pretty good arc of in Kang Dynasty. I want to see him kill Janet or kill Scott, like, because obviously he's gonna kill people. Like we got to get over that. But like,
you heard the alternate ending theory?
No.
So apparently there was a different ending, but at the end of them filming, Paul Rudd signed a contract, and that contract was also in there in the fine print and all that stuff, was he was going to be Ant-Man in a couple more movies than what they had originally. So he was at the end of this movie supposed to be stuck in the quantum realm, and then they just redid the ending a little bit.
I saw a bunch of people like wanting him to be stuck because they
would
thought
have
it would
made
have been
sense.
more interesting. But like, give the dude some fucking time with his daughter. Like, come on.
That was like the one thing that I did find, but then like the more I talked about it, it did make sense. The one thing was Janet, and sorry for anyone listening that we're talking spoilers, but it has been 2 weeks. I'm sure if you were listening to a podcast that says the internet hates Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, you've seen the movie by now, knowing that we're just going to talk about it. But my thing was when Janet came back to save him, that being that moment, and like the door was going to close, I would have thought they would have been stuck there for like a little bit, but then it still does. And people were saying it doesn't make sense that Cass was able to get there. No, because the whole thing was the device was a compass. So with their suits being literally right there, they use her compass machine, track all the way down. And then people were like, she able to open the portal that Kang opened. Well, they've been opening, because people were acting like they haven't been traveling to the quantum realm since Endgame. Like, that was the whole thing.
Technically,
of the end
before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry. That was the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like, the whole point was that they knew how to go in and out of the quantum realm. Now, some of the things where it's like, why did Janet have nothing to say about them going back into the quantum realm at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp versus now? I do totally get it. She's like, why are y'all mapping the quantum realm? And it's like, we were going in and out. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, y'all were going in and out of the quantum realm in Ant-Man 2, so I don't know why you're just now upset. But again, that's like really, really nitpick to me.
I think a lot of it, like, to me, a lot of the complaints that I've seen are just people are kind of forgetting that you're watching a movie.
Thank you. Sorry, that's the last thing I wanted to say. Me and Adam were talking about this. If it was on because people were upset about the whole ants. How did they live 1,000 in a day, but no time passed for everyone else? They literally said in the movie, they went like, and you saw them, like Scott's falling one way, the ants go another way. They landed in a completely different universe area. It's not like the whole quantum realm is one place, like, and everything operates the same everywhere. But what I said to Adam, and Adam and I talked about together, nobody would complain if it was on a comic book panel. Like, why is it that because it's a movie, y'all are trying to like make this make logical sense? If it was in a comic book panel that the ants lived 1,000 years in a day, and then they got smart enough to travel the quantum realm and find Hank because they know they freaking belong to Hank.
People just don't let their imaginations run wild. They have to have some sort of like, here's the backstory for everything that you're going to see in the movie. And it's just like, you don't need it.
It goes to what Jacob said with the prequel Pennywise. We don't have to have it explained, but I do get that you're going to enjoy it, Adam.
I mean,
finish your final thoughts, and we need
final
a draft.
thought is just MJ is just a friend. So
I am so mad about that comment, but we're not going to talk about that. Jacob, I don't think you've seen it, have you?
Okay, maybe this is what y'all are referring to, but I saw this meme this morning that I completely did not understand.
So in the new Spider-Man stuff going on, Amazing Spider-Man story,
it said the best siblings in comic books, and it said like Shuri and T'Challa. Yeah. It said
in the new series
Joker and Magic, and then it said MJ and Peter, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
So in the new series that's being written right now, which is probably one of the worst ones of Spider-Man.
Whoever wrote it just sucks.
He tells Black Cat, Mary Jane is just a really good best friend.
She's much like a sister to me.
Much like a sister to me.
They had him say that Mary Jane is really just like a sister to him.
Oh man.
Jacob's like, I need another hour. We'll do this Monday. Like,
no.
Anyways,
they continuously do this with like every character except for some reason with Lois and Superman. Lois and Superman are pretty much Gucci. Like, it's just like, oh, we're not married, but
even everyone else out here hoeing.
Everybody else,
Wonder Woman too.
Batman gets married. Oh, Catwoman leaves him like immediately. It's just so stupid that they can't just like let a character. I don't know.
What's wrong with just having a strong household?
And that was kind of like what I don't know if y'all remember. That was kind of what I said in like my vows and at my wedding. I was just like, it's kind of weird that like comic book writers, they find it like debilitating if the character is married. Like it makes them less interesting.
Or like happily married.
Yeah. But like why does Peter need to be having some weird love triangle with Black Cat and
it was fine for like a little bit, but now when it's like every issue y'all
especially now that they've aged him up to where he's like a teacher to Miles in a lot of ways, it's just like he's an older man. Like he's a man now. He shouldn't be going around like, oh, Black Cat's super fine, but so is MJ. What am I gonna do? Like, he's a man. He needs to fucking get over it.
Facts.
It's just
agreed.
Anyway,
all right.
To wrap it all up, everyone, we have a draft for the Oscars, which is coming up in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So we have just 3 things we're going to choose. Everybody's going to choose one movie for their number one movie, best film. Everybody's just going to choose one actor and one actress for best actor and best actress.
Tell you the truth, though,
to remind everyone, the movies that are going for number one movie are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar 2, The Wetter the Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. That's all 10 of the best picks. So we'll do that one first.
Tell you the truth, best actress, man. Best supporting actress is really the
that's probably where it's going to be at, but for
the
sake of the draft, we'll just do best actress.
All right, so Jordan, best movie. Best movie, best actor, best actress.
Hopefully, I don't hear the baby completely like
You're good, you're
crying
good, you're
right
good,
now. She, I don't know what she going through. Best picture. Ah, not gonna lie, I've barely seen any of these. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Actually, no. You know what? I'll be different because it was a big summer blockbuster that everyone thought was going to fail. Top Gun Maverick. I think Top Gun Maverick, because I think, and it's sad to say, the only way Everything Everywhere All at Once wins Best Picture is if it doesn't sweep a bunch of other awards.
It's been sweeping tons of the awards.
But
Actually,
that's
the
what I'm saying
Banshee
is
one
like
randomly was winning the other day.
the way most of these work, like how the Game Awards went, it was legitimately God of War took a bunch of other stuff because then Elden Ring won Game of the Year. Let me give my other one. Sorry, because I forgot y'all said we're just gonna do all of them at once. Actress.
For Best Actress, we have Cate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, Andrea Rosenborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fablemans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere.
I want to give leading to Michelle Yeoh because I really want Angela Bassett for supporting actress. Sorry,
30
Stephanie
years, never gotten one.
Yeah, so I would say Michelle Yeoh because again, I think if Everything Everywhere All at Once wins that, then possibly they don't win supporting actress. And then actor, Ki Hugh Kwan, because he's been killing it after Squid Game and now this. So
wait, he was in Squid Game?
Is that not Ki Hugh Kwan?
No,
that's not the same guy. My fault. I thought that was his name. What's the dude's name from Squid Game?
Not even remotely close. Also, that
promise,
is,
guys. It's
that
just
is
that I thought it was the same name.
Best supporting.
Yeah, that's the best supporting actor. The best actor is Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser.
I
for
care about none of these.
Paul Mescal for After Sun, and Bill Nighy for Living.
Mostly white men. Or is it all white men? I think it's all white men.
Colin's at least not from the U.S.
Colin Farrell, because I literally liked him in the Batman. There you go. Because I don't care about any of them.
Jacob,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm the most boring with this. Continue, Jacob.
Go. Personally, I think that The Fablemans is going to win Best Pick. If it doesn't win Best Pick, it will have to win Best Director because I just think it has to. I watched it yesterday and I'm still like floored. Like it was just such a good movie. So that's my pick for Best Pick. For Best Actress, I'm also going to say Michelle Yeoh because I do think she deserves it. I think like out of the rest of these, I still haven't seen Tar yet, so maybe Cate Blanchett can take it away. But out of the rest of these, like I'm not really surprised by anyone else's performance. But Michelle Yeoh's, I think, was pretty phenomenal. And then Best Actor, I think it's got to be Brendan Fraser. I think it has to be. I think Austin Butler is a close second, but
kept up that Elvis voice for so long.
Seriously.
Yeah, he did it for too long, but I mean, there's still like him in the movie was pretty solid. But Brendan Fraser, I think, has to win.
So I'm Everything Everywhere All at Once for Best Movie. I don't disagree. Fablemans, I think, is a strong second. Although I will say the Banshees of Inisherin, could win. You got a lot of love.
I watched it. I could not get into it. I did not like it at all.
A lot of love lately. So would not be shocked. But I think that wins Best Picture. Best Actor, agree. I think Brendan's like, it's one of those things. I could see Colin winning it, maybe only because he did win the Screen Actor Guild Award for it, the SAG for it, and then the Golden Globe. No, he won the Golden Globe for it. So those are kind of telling things. We'll see what happened. No, Austin Butler won the Golden Globe. He just won the SAG for it. Yes. Okay. So that's what it is. But Brendan, I still think is the best pick for it. And then actress, I'll tell you what. Yes, Michelle Yeoh 100% deserves it. 30 years of doing it. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is coming back into the theaters and IMAX. Super pumped about that. In 4K, so go see it. But secondly, you can never count Michelle Williams out. She is like the Oscars darling that just wins when nobody thinks she'll win. Dark horse, Ana de Armas.
I feel you. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge uproar if Ana de Armas wins because people don't like blonde. But separate the story from the performance. That's what we never did for Amazing Spider-Man. Remember, writing and direction aside, was the actor or actress good?
Yeah. So, and I've seen all those movies for the Best Actress, and yeah, I think
Megs is y'all's Oscar guy. I'm not. The most I'm gonna probably go and watch is none of these. Go rewatch everything all at once. But yeah, so I have got to go and see Man About a Bear. So
all right. Well, hey, you go. Have a good day. Okay.
Yo, appreciate everybody for listening. Remember, YouTube channel. Go and hit the likes up, boost us to some new viewers. The Adam's got some not auspicious. Whatever. Adam's got some very big goals for us that he threw out here today, and we are.
I think those are valid. I think those are literally reachable goals.
Oh, no, I agree. I'm excited. We just got to put in the work, which we put in the work. But y'all, we're putting in a lot of work here. We appreciate everybody who came through in the chat. Everybody listening. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
Adam, you got any closing statements? Jacob, any closing statements?
I love you 3000.
Hey, love you 3000. Bye, everybody. That's it. Everyone have a good day. Have a good week.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.